Shalom. Now it was when humans first became many on the face of the soil, and women were born to them, that the divine beings saw how beautiful the human women were. So they took themselves wives, whomever they chose. Adonai said, "My rushing spirit shall not remain in humankind for ages, for they too are flesh. Let their days be then 120 years. The giants were on earth in those days, and afterward as well, when the divine beings came into the human women, and they bore them children. They were the heroes who were of former ages, the men of name." Now Adonai said, "That great was humankind's evil doing on earth, and every form of their heart's planning was only evil all day." Then Adonai was sorry that he had made humankind on earth, and it pained his heart. Adonai said, "I will blot out humankind, whom I have created from the face of the soil, from man to beast to crawling thing and to the fowl of the heavens, for I am sorry that I made them." But Noah found favor in the eyes of Adonai. Now the earth had gone to ruin before God. The earth was filled with wrongdoing. God saw the earth, and here it had gone to ruin, for all flesh had ruined its way upon the earth. Not good times. God said to Noah, "An end of all flesh has come before me, for the earth is filled with wrongdoing through them. Here I am about to bring ruin upon them along with the earth. Make yourself an ark of gopher wood. With reeds make the ark, and cover it within and without with covering of pitch. And this is how you are to make it: 300 cubits in length of the ark, 50 cubits its breadth, and 30 cubits its height. A skylight you are to make for the ark, finishing it to a cubit upward. The entrance of the ark you are to set on its side. With a lower, a second, and a third deck you are to make it. As for me, here I am, about to bring on the deluge, water upon the earth, to bring ruin upon all flesh that has rush of life in it. From under the heavens, all that is on earth will perish. But I will establish my covenant with you. You are to come into the ark, you and your sons and your wife and your sons' wives with you. And from all living things, from all flesh, you are to bring two from all into the ark to remain alive with you. They are to be male and female, a male and a female each. From fowl after their kind, from herd animals after their kind, from crawling things of the soil after their kind. Two from all are to come to you to remain alive. As for you, take for yourself all edible things that are eaten and gather it to you. It shall be for you and for them for eating." Noah did it. According to all that God commanded him, so he did. Adonai said to Noah, "Come, you and all your household, into the ark, for you have seen as righteous before me in this generation. From all ritually pure animals you are to take 7 and 7 each, a male and his mate. And from all the animals that are not pure, 2 each, a male and his mate. And also from the fowl of the heavens, 7 and 7 each, male and female, to keep seed alive upon the face of all the earth. For in yet 7 days I will make it rain upon the earth for 40 days and 40 nights, and will blot out all existing things that I have made from the face of the soil." Noah did it, according to all that Adonai had commanded him. Noah was 600 years old when the deluge occurred, water upon the earth. And Noah came, his sons, his wife, his sons' wives with him, into the ark before the waters of the deluge. From the pure animals, and from the animals that are not pure, and from the fowl, and all that crawls upon the soil, two and two each came to Noah into the ark, male and female, as God had commanded him. After the 7 days it was that the waters of the deluge were upon the earth, in the 600th year of Noah's life, in the second new moon, on the 17th day after the new moon, on that day, then burst all the well springs of the great ocean, and the sluices of the heavens opened up. The torrent was upon the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. On that very day, Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth and Noah's sons and Noah's wife and his 3 sons' wives with them into the ark. They and their all wildlife after their kind, all herd animals after their kind, all crawling things that crawl upon the earth after their kind, all fowl after their kind, all chirping things, all winged things. They came to Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 each, from all flesh in which there is a rush of life. And those that came, male and female, from all flesh they came, as God had commanded him. Adonai closed the door upon him. The deluge was 40 days upon the earth. The waters increased and lifted the ark, so that it was raised above the earth. The water swelled and increased exceedingly upon the earth, so that the ark floated upon the face of the water. When the waters had swelled exceedingly, yes, exceedingly over the earth, all high mountains that were under all the heavens were covered. 15 cubits upward swelled the waters, thus the mountains were covered. Then expired all flesh that crawls upon the earth, fowl, herd animals, wildlife, all swarming things that swarm upon the earth, and all humans. All that had the breath of the rush of life in their nostrils, all that were from firm ground died. He blotted out all existing things that were on the face of the soil, from man to beast to crawling thing to fowl of the heavens. They were blotted out from the earth. Noah alone remained, and those who were with him in the ark. The waters swelled upon the earth for 150 days. But God paid mind to Noah and all living things, all the animals that were with him in the ark. And God brought a rushing wind across the earth, so that the waters abated. The well springs of ocean and the sluices of heavens were dammed up, and the torrent from the heavens was held back. The waters returned from upon the earth, continually advancing and returning, and the waters diminished at the end of the 150 days. And the ark came to rest in the 7th new moon, on the 17th day after the new moon, upon the mountains of Ararat. Now the waters continued to advance and diminish until the 10th new moon. On the 10th, on the first day of the new moon, the tops of the mountains could be seen. At the end of 40 days it was, Noah opened the window of the ark that he had made and sent out a raven. It went off, going off and returning until the waters were dried up from upon the earth. Then he sent out a dove from him to see whether the waters had subsided from the face of the soil. But the dove found no resting place for the sole of her foot, so she returned to him into the ark. For there was water upon the face of all the earth. He sent forth his hand and took her. He brought her to him into the ark. Then he waited yet another 7 days, and sent out the dove yet again from the ark. The dove came back to him in evening time, and here a freshly plucked olive leaf in her beak. So Noah knew that the waters had subsided from upon the earth. Then he waited yet another 7 days, and sent out the dove, but she returned to him again no more. And so it was in the 601st year, in the beginning month, on the first day of the new moon, that the waters left firm ground upon the earth. Noah removed the covering of the ark and saw, here the face of the soil was firm. Now in the second new moon, on the 27th day after the new moon, the earth was completely dry. God spoke to Noah, saying, "Go out of the ark, you and your wife, your sons and your sons' wives with you. All living things that are with you, all flesh, fowl, animals, all crawling things that crawl upon the earth, have them go out with you, that they may swarm on earth, they may bear fruit and become many upon the earth." So Noah went out, his sons, his wife, his sons' wives with him, all living things, all crawling things, all fowl, all that crawl upon the earth, according to their clans, they went out of the ark. Noah built a slaughter site to Adonai. He took from all pure animals and from all pure fowl and offered up an offerings upon the altar. And Adonai smelled the soothing savor. And Adonai said in his heart, "I will never curse the soil again on humankind's account, since what the human heart forms is evil from its youth. I will never again strike down all living things as I have done. Never again all the days of the earth shall sowing and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night, ever cease." And so is the story of the flood.